So, when it comes to predicting the future, especially in sports, what's better? A super smart computer algorithm or just a gut feeling from someone who's played the game? Today, we're going to put that to the test using a Premier League match that had a crazy last-second twist. Let's see who really saw it coming. Okay, picture this. St. James Park. Newcastle is playing Arsenal. We're deep into stoppage time and the score is locked at 1-1. I mean, everyone thinks, yep, this is going to be a draw. But then, bam, out of nowhere, in the 92nd minute, Arsenal's Gabriel scores. He just completely snatches the win at the last possible second.
You know, a really tight defensive game that ends with a dramatic 1-2 victory, it's the kind of result that feels totally unpredictable. But here's the thing, some people did predict it. And the real question is, who? And maybe more importantly, how on earth did they do it?
And that sets up this amazing showdown. In one corner, you've got these complex computer models just crunching away at all the data. And in the other corner, you have the human element, the gut instinct of a former professional player. Let's meet our contenders. All right, so on the model side, we've got three of them, SPECTRA AI, Forebet, and Ingenuity Fantasy. They're all using data to try and figure out the future. And on the pundit side, just one guy, former Arsenal and England star Theo Walcott. So it's basically three machines against one man. To figure out who won this thing, let's start by looking at the predictions that were, well, almost right. The ones that had some good logic behind them, but didn't quite nail the final score. This is where the story starts to get really interesting. First up, we've got Ingenuity Fantasy. Now, they looked at these two top-tier defenses and thought, you know what? This is going to be a real grind, not a lot of goals. And based on that, their model spit out a 1-1 draw.
And look, their feel for the game was spot on. It was a cagey match, but that final result? Wrong. They captured the spirit of the game, but they missed that last-minute twist. So close, but no cigar. Let's see who did a little better.
Now, Forebet got one step closer. Their model actually picked Arsenal to win, so props for that. But take a look at the score they predicted, a super tight 0-1 victory. So they got the winner right, but their model just couldn't predict that late-game drama that led to the 1-2 final score. So, with two contenders down, we're left with two very unlikely winners. And get this, both of them, somehow, predicted the exact 1-2 final score. But the way they got to that answer, well, they couldn't be more different. And here it is, the final scorecard. Check it out. Both Theo Walcott and the SPECTRA AI model absolutely nailed it. I mean, not just the winner, but the exact 1-2 scoreline. Just an incredible call from both man and machine. But the real story here is how they did it. Let's start with Theo Walcott. He didn't just pick a score and move on. No. He went all in. He basically told a story. He said, it's going to be a 2-1 Arsenal win, and Gabriel is going to score from a set piece. It was this incredibly bold, specific, narrative call, and it was just astonishingly right. And then you have SPECTRA AI. There's no story, no gut feeling, it's just cold, hard numbers. It got to the exact same 1-2 scoreline by running what are called Monte Carlo simulations, which is basically a fancy way of saying it played the game thousands and thousands of times in a computer to see which results popped up the most.
But, and this is the crucial part, while a 1-2 Arsenal win was SPECTRA's most likely outcome, the model only gave it a 9.6% chance of actually happening. Just think about that for a second. The single most probable result was still less than a 1 in 10 shot.
And that's the fundamental difference, right there. Walcott presented his prediction as a certainty, a single story of what was going to happen. SPECTRA didn't promise anything. It just laid out the odds and reminded us that, hey, even the thing that's most likely to happen is still a real long shot.
So what does all this mean? What's the big takeaway when you have a computer model and a human pundit arriving at the exact same correct prediction, but in totally different ways?
It really boils down to this. Think of the models like they're drawing you a map. SPECTRA charted the entire terrain of what could happen, showing you the odds of every single outcome. Pundits, on the other hand, they tell you a story. Walcott picked one single destination on that map and told you exactly how we were going to get there.
So ultimately, this whole showdown teaches us a few really important things. First, a pundit's bold, intuitive call can be scarily accurate, but it also shows that models give us this crucial context. They remind us that the future is all about probabilities, not certainties. And maybe the wildest part is that these two completely different ways of thinking can sometimes land on the exact same truth.
So it kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on. When you're trying to figure out what's going to happen next, Do you want the map that shows you all the possible roads you could take? Or do you just want someone to point to one destination on that map and say, that's where we're going?